As mentioned earlier, our guest is inside. This Saturday we're turning up the vibes and diving deep into the Calypso arena. Brother Light Bournes. Yeah, he'll be sharing his insight on the 2026 contribution Art of Peace. A piece that resonates with culture, creativity, and community. And he's also entering the Young Kings competition 2026. And we're bringing the journey straight to you, right? So in my company right now, now I get the rhythm, now I get the rhythm.
She got the gin bottle and she got a drink. She said, wake up, land.
Yes, Mr. Bournes, Brother Light, I want to welcome you to the street 91.9 FM. And you know, taking time off the busy schedule, you know, to make this happen. You know, how things, how have the season? First of all, Happy New Year to you and your family.
Yeah, man. You know? Appreciation to the management and staff here at 91.9, strictly local.
Yeah, see how
representing the culture. Side hot, white hot, yeah, I love it. But it's nice to see so much young artists really putting forward their contribution to the art form.
Yeah,
it's always nice to see new faces around the art form.
New
music, new vibes. Nice. I love
from
it.
From a rich to now, you know what I mean?
Pieces.
You know? To all the loyal listeners, sorry for starting up so late, but again, we got to facilitate all the young creatives who contributing to the festivities right now.
Definitely.
And also support our owner boy, because here's where we celebrate us.
Definitely.
So, you know what I mean? If everything had to run over a little bit, it had to run over because we had to make sure that everybody get recognized.
Like if we ain't doing it, if we not appreciating it, the outsiders will not appreciate it. We had to appreciate it first.
Come on. So, you know what I mean? Let me dive into it one time.
Yeah.
Involvement in music outside our Calypso. Or how did you start?
Yeah. Well, I've been around music my entire life. This is actually my third year actually recording and putting Calypso out there to the public.
Yeah.
But I've been around music for a long time. I've been involved in music from a business perspective, management, investing, promoting. So I've been in and around the music space. A couple of years ago, well, I am a member of the Trinidad Tobago Police Service.
Right.
I'm actually the reigning monarch of the Protective Service Arm, Calypso competition, which is semi-finals is actually on tonight at the police mess.
Right.
So when you rack up here, we'll go down there and take in some nice vibes. So I started being involved in music from an aspect of investing and management. A lot of you all would know the Trinidad movement, right? I was involved in that movement from the perspective of owning and managing a studio. I used to manage a number of artists, young men within that space, and the story behind that is so phenomenal because I'm a police officer and I met some young men actually in Belmont while I was on patrol, and you know there's this stigma around Belmont. And I remember the night very well. They call us and they say a group of young men gathered up in Belmont. They call it a hot zone. Went up there, met the young men and interacting with them, because I always understood that policing didn't only involve that aggressive style, especially as it relates to young men in vulnerable areas. So I greeted them and get to realize these are actually some progressive young men doing music. And it was there where I met them. They carried me, they showed me a nice little humble studio settings that they had. And I took it upon myself, being the type of person that I am, to say, here what, guys, I seeing where you all could probably do with some assistance here. And I put my money where my mouth was. And I assisted them. Met some producers along the way. Big up D-Nice from Nice Nation.
Yeah, because the first time I really met you is by D-Nice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I was shooting season 4 of our Report district that what used to air on Tempo Network.
Yes.
You know that maybe before COVID.
Long time.
Yeah, that kind of way.
Yeah, so it's since then I have been, but always to the background, writing music, and that actually developed into something phenomenal too as well, because at that time in the St. Barb's area they started to develop a sort of gang warfare, and I went to the producer. I told him, I said, here, what you see what going on here? We can't control it, and we moved the studio actually from St. Barb's. I was living down at my parents' place down in Chase Village at the time.
Yeah.
I guess some licks and some talks from my father.
Yeah.
And moved the studio from there and carried it down there. And that is where I actually met now the C-Skill Iron.
Yeah.
Started to do music, operated as his manager for a point in time. And that is where my full-on involvement in music really went. Writing in the background, investing, and I just decided here what the Protective Services Monarch started, and I had some colleagues. Big up yourself, Macmillan. You know, you have that batch who you always falling out, but you love each other. Yeah. Right now we ain't talking, but I know you listening, right? And he convinced me to enter the Protective Service Monarch. And I entered in 2024. I got my tail cut, but I come to it. Because a lot of persons don't know, and that is when I learned actually that a lot of seasoned Calypsonians are members of the Protective Services. So within that competition there, you have some Calypsonians, men who've been to the big yard, men who've been Skinner Park.
So
some top
Calypso. You had to come good.
You understand? So I went up against some top guys. Woman, Michelle Henry actually won it that year. I placed third. And being the person that I am, I say here what, anything that I'm doing, I live by a sort of a unwritten code. You do it to the best of your ability. I went home, I do my homework, flex, I sit down, I write, take my time. And last year I was able to actually top the competition. I came away with the title. And this year I'm defending my crown, but as well as being motivated by a lot of other persons, I'm putting myself out there into the wider public as it relates to Calypso music. I auditioned for the Young Kings. I was successful to the semi-final stage. Gratitude for that. I would have registered for the Calypso Monarch competition. I am a part of a tent, Generation Next Tent. We're going to have judging night, and hopefully the judges see it fit where I can end up down Skinner Park. But anything that comes my way, I am that person that puts things out there and understand that you leave God and the universe in control.
Your story that led you to make the decision to come to the forefront to sing Calypso. After your experience, as you say, the phase of managing and that interaction within the industry.
So I've always been writing, as I said, writing for people. There's a lot of Trinidad songs that I assisted penning. Right? If I go to call some for you, you'll be amazed.
Come now, give me a little one, at least a little one, to have a fair idea.
I mean, the rhythm that was pumping at that time was the Progress rhythm. Remember the Plumpy Boss was on it with My Journey. I think Swanee had a song on it, Killer and had a song on it. So but coming to the forefront was really and truly that acceptance of, you know, Shadow has a thing where you say, you're hearing that music or that bass man in your head, boy. Right? And no matter how much you run from it, countless nights you're hearing that music, you're hearing it. And I started to realize that until I start to put that music out there and use that music, Calypso is my therapy. Calypso music is my therapy. I've always been a fan of Calypso music. So accepting that and starting to write and sing it out to the public now is really my form of therapy for dealing with my different issues and so forth. And then my wife telling me, she said, but you're only singing in the bathroom and writing for other people, sing something, and that is how I am here now.
Before I bounce one, right, one of your contributions, right, who music or artist that inspired you on this journey?
A lot. I'm a fan of Calypso music.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of old Calypso music. And when I say old Calypso music, I mean from some of the masters of Calypso music. I'm a big fan of Brother Valentino.
Yeah.
The Mighty Shadow.
Yeah.
Duke. Royal Lion.
The
Mighty Bomber. So that type of Calypso, I'm a big Lord Kitchener. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then on the reggae aspect, because everything I do there is this conscious aspect to it. On the reggae aspect, I'm a fan of Bob Marley, Sizzla, Kalanji, Capleton. So what I tend to do is that you will find within my music, you will definitely find that element of consciousness in the Calypso music.
For sure.
And as Black Stallion said, I mean, I could write the other smuts and the jumper, and I could do that. I've done that before. But until certain issues are fixed, as it relates to us and our issues nationally, I think that my voice as a Calypsonian really needs to be heard on that aspect, promoting that consciousness and then we could jump and wine, right? And yeah.
Well, I'm gonna bounce one.
Which one you bouncing there?
I'm bouncing the Art of Peace.
Yeah.
Right, for the first, and then we'll come back and pay some bills.
Yeah.
You know, I'm studying to go and pay the bills first, you know, and come back and we go run into 10-15 in my second tour. It's not no sin because at the end of the day we repping we own.
Definitely.
You know, and that kind of way now, boy. Right? So yeah, let me continue and I'll chat until that time come up, right?
The Art of Peace.
Yeah, the Art of Peace. How that contribution?
So this song is really dear to my soul, right? The song is actually, the idea for the song came about, I'm a student of Eastern philosophy, so I started reading a book a couple of years ago. It's entitled The Art of War, right? Written by Sun Tzu. And studying the book, and you started to realize that the application, the title of the book, in my opinion, really didn't give it justice. Because from the time you hear the term Art of War, you think that, and it's written by one of those famous Chinese generals, you started thinking that this book was all about confrontation and war and conflict. But then you start to realize that the way the book was written, the application of it really and truly transcends everything. Business, culture, everything. And we all know what is happening right now globally as it relates to world powers, and there seems to be interest to create that world war that some persons are. So I just saw it fit to pen a song that the topic is around that. What I did is that each verse, it really focuses on different aspects of war. So there is that physical war out there. I have a verse that I am adjusting for the tent that has to do with that political war. And even
hold up. Time running. Right, I'm gonna pay some ads, we're gonna pay some bills and come back. Yes, we don't want no war. I'm chilling here with Brother Bournes. Don't want no war. The Art of Peace. Yeah, we here. Strictly local. I will zero them there, man. I will zero them because I wanna get back. I wanna get into you. You understand?
Nice. So this one is entitled The Art of Peace.
Art of Peace.
This is one of my offerings for 2026. This was produced by this so phenomenal. I wanted this project to feel real natural now, right? So I actually went up into Cora Valley, where I met a virgin of mine, Modupe. He partnered with another producer who has made his mark in and around the Trinidad reggae scene. Dennis Frederick.
Dennis,
yeah.
Come on, I forget his name. Malabar.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I know we're talking about.
So Modupe and they are actually percussionists. We're talking about our studio, drums. they actually invent their own percussion instruments and so forth. And boy, we sat in there well into nature because we up in Cora up there, and we feel the vibes, boy, and are really happy about the final production of this. It was nice.
We don't want no war.
Yeah.
The angle of being a law enforcement officer and a calypso.
Now hear the thing about it, persons who know the history of calypso, I am not doing anything new. There are lots of calypsonians who are law enforcement officers. One of my favorite calypsonians actually was a law enforcement officer, Watchman. There's Stinger. There's Bodyguard. A number of calypsonians or police officers would have used calypso music as an avenue to contribute to the art form. It could be difficult at times because, you know, when you're a member of the police service, persons tend to see you as just that, a police officer. So it could be challenging at times, but it really and truly helps with my writing because I'm on the ground and I am able to see and feel the vibration of the people now. And that is why this song, I chose this song in particular to enter into competitions because I feel like we need to make it clear, boy. Some people, because I started to feel like when I started hearing the voices of some persons in authority, boy, I started to get scared a bit because here what's going on, God forbid if anything break out. Some of these people who pushing that energy, you ain't seeing them with no garland in their hand or no borderline. You know? So as a law enforcement officer, I started to feel like, nah, boy, we had to let them know we didn't want to war, you know?
In this time here, you have to separate social media from reality. And people have to embrace that now, boy. Not everything on social media can come into reality. And not everything in reality.
Exactly. So I just saw it, but we had to put it out there, boy. We had to put it out there and at the end of the day, represent for the good. The good. There's no matter what religious persuasion you follow, there's always this discussion, and it's actually in the song as well. There's always this discussion of this constant war of good and evil. You understand? So trying to put that energy on the side of good and really say, here what's going on. We need to find ways to mediate situations. There will always be conflict. There will always be a difference of opinions, but you need to find ways,
de-escalate a situation or make it neutral.
Exactly,
in that kind of way.
And fight wars in such a way where wars could be won without a sword being drawn. And this is what the art of peace is about.
Art of peace, Shoot up. We are the next one, Master of the Craft.
Masters of the Craft.
But before we move on to that one, I just want to ask you, because we were chatting earlier on, what do you think the industry needs at this point in time in Trinidad and Tobago? You know what I mean? To really elevate and for we the citizens to embrace now.
You need a lot of things, but I think critically it really and truly needs that sense of mentorship and support by persons who would have already climbed certain steps. When you as, and it doesn't matter what field it's in, business, politics, art, culture. Like we talking about Calypso, Soca, because I see it as one. When you as an established contributor to the art form would have already ascended a certain staircase, it's always easier for you to look back and see brethren trying to ascend that same staircase. And you sometimes all they need is a little word of advice. You don't always have to take a man's hand and bring him along the way. But sometimes because you would have already overcome certain obstacles already, you would have already mastered certain things of getting the airplay and so forth. So all you need sometimes is to take a young person, somebody new into the art form, and give them some level of mentorship and carry them along the way. And I think only when that happens, then you would start to see the development of the art form.
Yeah.
And
sure.
if you look at, because my mother tell you into old traditional calypso.
Yeah.
When you look at some of these older calypsonians, some of them you would hear them say, I was a part of Kitchener tent. And when I come out with a song and Kitchener hear my song, because Kitchener let me know you're going on, meet me so and so place at so and so time. And it's because when you go there with that calypso, men like the grandmaster sitting down and tutoring you and assisting you to develop that contribution. So sometimes things like that, even within the soca space, if there is a bit more of that, then you're gonna see a lot more development within the art form. Yeah. That is just my humble opinion.
Well, you know what I mean? I just want to get a grasp of how everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mindset working now. So let me move into the next one, Master of the Craft. I'll leave you to introduce it to the globe.
Now, Master of the Craft is a big one. I had the privilege of doing this song with the iconic Kenny Phillips. Big up Mr. Phillip, wherever he is. The whole development of this song was phenomenal. Actually, whilst in studio at the night, one of the nights preparing this song, I met two of my favorite Calypsonians, I'll call them Calypsonians, which is Freetown Collective. Met Mohammed, met Lou there actually working on their project at the same time. So being in that space and seeing how these guys develop their music as well, it was humbling for me. I sat like a child boy and just
I've been so keen on to put to yours and enhance your thing.
The live brass by Mr. Oral Rodriguez and those guys, live brass boy. Listen to it, it's phenomenal. It's really a contribution to honor masters of calypso music, those that have gone and still here with us.
There we go.
Calypso, look how we taking it globally, to every city, town and country, Asia, Europe and Africa, North, South, Central America. Calypso, look how we taking it globally. Man.
Voice of the one brother, Bournes. Yeah, we chillin'. 23 minutes after 7 p.m. Oh, God. Well, today that's run. I didn't fade. If it's die or God set it, today that's run. But at the end of the day, we still supporting we own.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, brother, what we can look forward from you, I know you're a businessman, and I know other than Calypso, you're venting to other businesses and these kind of things, but what we could look forward from you musically after the carnival season?
Strictly consciousness, strictly consciousness. Bro, when I released 2 Calypsos, a lot of Calypsonians came to me and they were like, why are you releasing 2 songs? And I was a bit amazed by it, and I had to remind them, I said, bro, if it is that we really and truly want people to start to appreciate our art form, we need to stop thinking about carnival alone. So, bro, after carnival, they're going to get calypso from me. You're going to get calypso in the form of some reggae beats. You're going to get calypso in the form. You're going to get
I
calypso.
love my country.
Yeah.
I love my country.
Yeah.
And I believe the design for the festivals is outdated.
Okay.
Meaning that we have, as a people, we have outgrown 3 months.
Yeah, okay.
We have outgrown 90 days. For the amount of contributions and creativity within that short period of time, we would not be producing or showcasing much things.
Yeah. I agree.
You see it going on already.
Yeah.
You know, so if it's that the festival start from Tobago and again it's Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
So it start from there in October,
Yeah.
October, November, December, January, February, March. And we double it up.
Yeah.
Stretch out the competitions, wrong. So you know what I mean, you're building a bigger market.
And I glad I hear that from you, know, because after the season, brother, I go into radio stations, DJs, and let them know I here to release a Calypso in the middle of June, July, August. I release a Calypso.
Why you neglecting that? And if all is saying that is waiting, why Junior you're not receiving it?
Exactly. Yeah. And I think the Calypsonians, the creatives, need to find a way to do that because I mean, bro, you're listening to long ago and you're hearing Calypsos as part of the ads. Find creative ways to really and truly bombard them with the art form, with the culture, and that way you're gonna get from me.
Good at 90 days, I can't enjoy myself for that 3 months. That 3 months, I can't, the tunes I wanna take. It has so much of good music.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad, bro. To me, as I said, this is just my opinion, people.
Yeah. No, but we have some younger Calypsonians who really passionate about the things, and we intend to change them. We intend to change them again.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things, you know?
A Calypsonian is said to be the direct descendant of the West African griot.
Right.
And there are stories to be told throughout the entire year. Calypso is what you call a parent genre. There are many other genres that emanate from Calypso music.
Yeah.
Calypso music is responsible for ska, is responsible for reggae music.
Revelation was here with me and he was saying that.
Yeah.
He was telling a man that Soca is Calypso baby.
Exactly.
And a man didn't want to, you know what I mean, thing, and come on, bro.
The first Calypso recording was in 1912. If you look at the history, I believe the first recording of jazz music was in 1914. So if Calypso music has been recorded before some of these music, it's only, in a sense, it's only obvious. So, but I think a sort of injustice was done when they try to put Calypso on the shelf and say, well, Soca is the thing, not really understanding
what birthed Soca. Exactly.
What birthed reggae.
Come on.
Yeah, so it's really and truly a appreciation of Calypso music. A lot of artists doing it. Freetown Collective have a piece Calypso, which is phenomenal. So I think you're gonna see it a lot from a lot of younger creatives and it's Calypso all through the year, by Calypso in the puffin.
Shit up. Yeah. Well, my brother, you know what I mean, I running out of time. But I want to tell you, thanks for coming out. You know what I mean? Thanks for coming and sharing your creatives, well, I could say a contribution with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In that kind of way. And also, feel free to pass through.
Definitely, bro.
Anytime, you know what I mean?
Appreciation to the owners, the management and staff of 91.9. Appreciation to you, brother, for the great work you're doing for local music.
I try my best.
This is just a simple token of appreciation from my company.
Yes, sir.
We are an agro-processing company and we manufacture a line of products. Yeah. So
well, you had to be here again. You know what I mean? Island cuts, sweet potato chips.
Yeah.
My gosh, sweet potato.
You're gonna enjoy it. You understand? And again, thanks, brother. Keep up the phenomenal work that you're doing for the art form.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if without brethren like you on the front line, I think the art form is going to be diminished and continue to do the work through the struggles.
And
keep it up, brother.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Right, so I'll bounce it back one more time. And yeah, brother, thanks again for coming through.
Blessings.
Yeah.
So look how we taking it globally to every city, town and country. Asia, Europe and Africa, North, South, Central America. Calypso, look how we taking it globally.